This is Alex Harris for Seconds Out. I'm joined by 3-0 cruiserweight and trainer of KSI, Viddal Riley. Obviously, the key to boxing is hit and don't get hit, but obviously when your opponent is trained by someone that's knocked out 37 opponents in the first round in Shannon Briggs, does that not sort of tell you a lot about what Logan's going to come out and do? And the chances with JJ trying to defend, he could get clipped, and then that could call. We saw with Anthony Joshua, it takes one shot.
It does take one shot. Shannon Briggs is Shannon Briggs, and Logan is Logan. Of course, he's gonna have his influences on him, but Shannon Briggs could say start fast, walks into a jab, Logan slows down because he hasn't boxed much before and got hit with a 10-ounce glove. So Shannon can kind of tell him what he wants, same way I can tell KSI what he wants. But the truth of the matter is, they're the guys fighting, and KSI don't box nothing like me. So who knows if Logan's gonna box anything like Shannon.
Talking about Shannon, do you believe that he's genuinely the coach that Logan has day in, day out for his camp?
I feel like he will be there every day. He might not be the main coach, but he will be there every day, adding in his pointers, adding in his little bit, because we know Shannon won't be able to stay there in silence. So you must be helping him out somehow. But I can't really focus on that, because if I spent my time focusing on what they're doing to that extent, I'm not giving KSI enough of my time. So I know that they will have people in camp, same way we have people in and out in camp. But as I said, November the 9th, all of that don't matter.
Is it maybe a benefit to you? Obviously, yes, you're only 22, but you've been in boxing all your life, and you've come up the hard way. You may be able to teach KSI things in terms of footwork and defence that maybe Shannon Briggs as a heavyweight can't bring. Is that a benefit to your camp?
I think the benefit to my camp is that I can connect with KSI and get through to him. This is not like a business model or, okay, you just give me 10% of your fight check and we'll never talk again. Like, I consider this guy one of my true friends, and that is the difference, because when I speak, he listens to me first and foremost as his friend and as a coach, so that's the difference. I don't know how close Shannon and Logan are, but people can tell, me and KSI have a genuine relationship, and that's the advantage, the bond.
Moving on to AnEsonGib, another YouTuber that you train. We saw on Monday him. Was that part of the plan for him to get up on stage like that?
So we wanted him to shout from the crowd. It's Eddie Hearn that actually decided to walk over and pull him up onto the stage. So it wasn't a part of the plan. Security were like, no one's coming on stage. It was like, cool. However, Gib, make sure you shout from that audience and get Jake's attention, because all of this talk and all this bicker, they've actually never encountered each other face to face. So, that was part of the plan. And then when Eddie pulled him up, I was like, okay, here we go. And that's when he just went wild, and no one understands what he was saying, but you could feel that he wants to fight. I guess that's what that matters.
The fact that Eddie then pulled him up, is that a hint to say that the fight could be on?
No, Eddie just respects that these guys create crazy hype, and he's just looking at it like, man, the more hype this fight gets, the happier everyone's gonna be. So if pulling you on stage makes 1 million more people watch it, then come right up. I think that's where he's coming from.
If the fight was to happen between Jake and AnEsonGib, how do you see that going?
AnEsonGib will stop him.
Really?
He would stop him. I don't know if anyone's ever watched any of Gibbs fights, but he's not the best defensive fighter, but the intensity that he brings to a novice competition, loads of novices don't even get the time to think. Like, their coaches are telling them jab and then step back right hand, and he's just going. So it's just like, what? I think he steamrollers Jake and stops him.
Would you say that maybe Gibbs further in his development as a boxer and could potentially face better opposition than maybe JJ?
No. Because, again, it's that defense thing. The defense is the key thing. Just because you can throw punches at a novice level, sometimes that's enough. His defense would need a major improvement for him to compete with actual pro fighters.
I've noticed with KSI, watching his interviews from maybe the first fight to now, is he started to appreciate the things that hardcore fans appreciate in boxing, with the likes of Lomachenko and the footwork and the style and the head movement, which is sort of, like we said earlier, hit and don't get hit. Is that sort of part of him? Is that key to him becoming a better fighter?
Well, if your brain's not working, you're only gonna get so far. Boxing's a thinking sport. It's about thinking under pressure, and it's about thinking under pain as well. And that's the hardest bit. But he is now open to elements of the sport that he wasn't before in the first fight, and I think like tactical changes will be made just on his behalf, because he's starting to understand the moves. Before, I'm like, JJ, jab to the body, throw right into the head, but he wouldn't know why. He's just doing it. Now he's like, oh, okay, so if I do that, okay, I get it. And that step is when someone adds it to their game, because they fully understand the effects, and that's the stage he's at. So it's going to be exciting to see how he uses that on November 9th.